Here's a collection of actual crimes committed by really dumb criminals. Just sit back and enjoy the insanity as we present. Stupid crime stories you just won't believe. In 2023, a robber approached a nail salon in Atlanta expecting to rob the location. He entered wearing a blue hat, sunglasses, and blue jeans. Notice that he appears to have a small crossbody bag covering his hand as if to conceal a weapon. He then orders everyone to get down on the floor and hand over their money. Apparently he figured it would be just like in the movies. Walk in and act tough. Then frightened victims will easily give up the cash. But as you're about to see in the surveillance video, the people in this nail shop didn't follow the script. At first, it seems like a normal business day. But suddenly,
everybody get down! Give me all your money!
Notice how the man at the register looks confused. Yet he continues to answer the phone. Almost as if he's saying, "Sorry, but I have to take this call first."
Where's the boxes? Give me all your money! Get out! Where's the money? Give me the money! Where's the money? Everybody give me everything! Where's the money?
The frustrated robber had no choice but to leave without any money. In fact, he gave up so easily, it's safe to assume he never really had a weapon. Only one woman got up and left when she had a chance. As for everyone else, there appeared to be a language problem. Either that or they just gave a very convincing Oscar-winning performance. According to witnesses, the suspect then fled the location in a silver-color sedan. Crime Stoppers offered a reward of up to $2,000 for information leading to his arrest. In 2020, a woman in Ohio was arrested for repeatedly calling 911. Obviously, if this was an emergency, there would be no issue. So what was she calling 911 about? You're not going to believe this, but the 36-year-old woman called police to complain that her parents had cut off her cell phone. That's right. She made several calls to the regional emergency dispatch center demanding that police come to her house. Police advised her that it was not an emergency issue and not to call again. But according to police reports, she remained belligerent and continued to call. The woman explained that she called 911 because she was working as a real estate agent and needs to have a working phone. She claimed that when her parents disconnected her cell phone service, she called police because she had a panic attack and was emotionally distressed. Here is the audio from just one of those calls. While we do not have the transcript and the sound is not very clear, you can still make out some of what she is saying.
Jackson, please.
Hi, my name is... I called you guys earlier. I am a realtor and I live with my parents, and I'm also a 4.0 PhD psychology student. And my parents just disconnected my phone, and I'm unable to call any of my clients or my boss back, and I'm about to lose my job.
Your parents took your phone now?
They canceled my cell phone service, which they legally, I own my phone, so I paid for myself.
What was your first
They
name?
just cut off my cell phone, and I'm about to lose my job. I need to call my client.
Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
This type of circumstance, you cannot call 911 over this, okay? This 911 is a line for
I
death
really don't know what to
emergencies.
do. Can I contact a social worker? Can you tell me how to get in touch with a social worker?
I believe you
I don't have a cell phone. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
who to call.
Ma'am, take a deep breath for me. I'm just telling you that this could be considered abuse of 911. Okay, you can't call 911 for non-emergency services.
Well, I mean, I feel unsafe. I've been unable to call for help or call any of my friends to get out of the house.
Okay, well, we'll get an officer out to speak with you again, okay?
Can I just come into the police department tomorrow, to be honest?
No, ma'am, they have to come out to you because you called 911 again.
Okay.
Police finally did come to her home, but not to get her phone turned on. Instead, they arrested her for disrupting public services, which is a fourth-degree felony. Her bond was set at $2,500. It is not known why her parents decided to stop paying for her phone plan. But here is what's so puzzling about this story. Apparently, the woman had worked as a model for some rather well-known companies. She later worked as a makeup artist and eventually became a realtor. In other words, she seemed to be pretty self-sufficient. This raises the obvious question. Why would she have to depend on her parents to pay her phone bill? Well, considering her reaction after they closed her account, it's obvious she has some issues. In an interview, the woman said she has an attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, more commonly known as ADHD. This, along with other conditions, will sometimes cause her to overreact when she doesn't take her medication. She stated that her purpose for calling 911 was to seek the assistance of a social worker, not a police officer. Of course, once her phone service was turned off, she could only make 911 calls. But her explanation doesn't justify her repeatedly calling police when they told her to stop. She also explained that she lives with her parents and they pay for her cell phone because she can't afford to do it herself. However, she also said she's extremely hard-working, holds multiple jobs and is furthering her college education. Well, we're sure glad she cleared that up. Makes perfect sense now. Anyway, the chief criminal prosecutor said the case wasn't dismissed because such behavior causes serious complications for other agencies to respond if they're dealing with phone calls of this nature. The 36-year-old woman pleaded no contest to a reduced charge in Massillon Municipal Court and was sentenced to 18 months of probation. The judge also ordered her to complete 40 hours of community service, pay a $200 fine and continue her mental health counseling. During the Christmas holiday season, people love to decorate their homes. Sometimes the outdoor decorations can be quite elaborate. In fact, people often come by to admire them. But not everyone who shows up is there to admire the artwork. Some people come to steal those decorations. For instance, in 2023, just a few weeks before Christmas, a homeowner in Ohio called police around 1 a.m. They reported that Christmas decorations from their front yard had been stolen. They then provided police with surveillance footage. Here is what they saw. The man just casually walks up to a house and starts collecting decorations from outside the home. According to police reports, he stole a laser projector, a snowman display, power cords and other items. Even though it was dark outside, police were still able to identify the suspect. That's because he had just been released from Huron County Jail on unrelated charges about 30 minutes prior to the theft. After his release, the man walked to a nearby neighborhood about 20 minutes away. He was then caught on camera stealing decorations. Officers were able to locate and arrest the 63-year-old man a few days later. However, at the time of the report, the stolen items had not been recovered. That's because the suspect told police that he got tired of walking with the decorations, so he hid them on the way home. The problem is, he doesn't remember where he hid them. In other words, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Police then asked residents to check their property for any of the stolen items. Meanwhile, the man was charged with theft, criminal damaging and criminal trespassing. He was then transported to the Huron County Jail. Be sure to like and subscribe to this channel. Our weekly videos will feature such topics as stupid crime stories, classic TV, and the real stories behind popular songs from the past and present. There will be even more categories as we continue to grow.